Hi, everyone. So I would like to discuss the table briefly. A contingency table in table format can be transformed to a list of frequencies in data frame format. So, so sometimes we have data sets and we want to get a contingency table. Sometimes from contingency table, we would like to make the original data set. And the table function, table object in R is basically the same as matrix, but when you transform it into data frame, it has to be table. So table has one additional functionality that we can transform that into original data set. Okay, so here is how to make a matrix. The matrix 1, 2, 3, 4. So these elements 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 2 by 2 matrix. Then we put column names and row names as A, B, and C, D. And also that we name this, rows and columns. So rows as Y and columns as X. Then we can make this a kind of contingency table. But still, this is a matrix. So if we want to make this into original data set, so that means that we have one observation of Y is equal to C and A is equal to, X is equal to A. And two observations for Y is equal to D and X is equal to A. And three observations for this combination and four observations for this combination. But if we just put if we just put M in as.data.frame, nothing happens. But if we make original matrix M into a table, then we put as.dataFrame, then we can now make data frame. So we have the original data set. So the X is equal to A and Y is equal to C have this one observation and so on. So this explains how the matrix and the table are different. There are several functions to summarize the original data into a table. So this is the motor cars dataset, MT cars dataset in default R package. Although those variables are numeric, some variables are actually categorical. For example, the number of gears. So this is actually not really continuous variable, and it is either maybe 3, 4, or 5 maybe. So we only have a few categories. And some other variables too. So for example, if you want to summarize the gear, you can use the table function. So this is pretty simple and convenient function. We have 15 observations for gear 3, so 15 types of the cars have 3 gears, and 12 has 4 gears, and 5 cars have 5 gears. And we can also make a table for two variables, gear and the CARB. You can check what's this with help. MT cars, then carb is the number of carburetors. So we can make contingency table by just using table function. Also, xtabs function works to make a contingency table. And you can put just 2 variables and connect with plus. And you have to put tilde at first. So even you didn't attach the data, that you can specify data set here. So same as table function. Some other functions, ftable, it can work for more than 2 variables. And margin of table, from table, we marginalize it. So for example, if we have contingency table, but we want to summarize with respect to just one of those variables, then we can make the summation for each row or summation of each column. We can do automatically by using margin.table function. And also we can calculate proportion. So just this is, that we divide all numbers by the total number of observations. So it's not difficult if you code from scratch. but we have some functions. So here is the way how it works. So here I color dataset. This is also in the default R package. And we have the two, actually this is array. So rows and columns and also the gender. The third index is for gender. 1 is male, 2 is female. And this is for male. And the first variable is hair and the second variable is eye. Okay, so first index and the second index. And we have the counts, the number of students here. I think this is from some graduate school, the statistics department in a graduate school. And yeah, so hair color, eye color combination. And if you wanna calculate how many people, how many students have the brown eyes, then you can use this margin.table function. And 2 is the index, second index. Second index is eye. So we can see this summarized data set. Yeah. So these are the how to estimate, how to summarize the data by table function and some other related functions.